So just last week, DoorDash had a pretty surprising announcement regarding Dasher Pay, and I almost missed this. And chances are you haven't seen this. I want to get this in front of you. And they stated that Dashers earned more than 32% in earnings in 2021 versus 2020. So I need to show you this announcement, who it's affecting, and really what this could mean for your driving here in 2022. So here is a blog post just posted last Wednesday. And the title reads, 1 year later, Dashers earn more than ever while working flexibly under California's Prop 22. Now, here's the thing. If you're not in California, don't worry. There's some trends, maybe even some warning signs for 2022. So I do want you to watch this video. So real quick, if you're not familiar with Prop 22 in California, this is in essence exempting independent contractors on these side hustle gig apps from being classified as employees and getting said benefits if they were classified as an employee. Now, the big appeal here in California at the time was these companies were really lobbying to keep your flexibility as an independent contractor, really threatening that, hey, you lose some of that if we had to classify you under AB 5, Assembly Bill 5 as employees. So one real perk that they were highlighting here under Prop 22 is this: guaranteed minimum pay and more. So it says, how will my pay be calculated now that Prop 22 is in effect in California? And it reads, as a Dasher in California, you'll earn at least 120% of minimum wage, and that's based on a local minimum wage at the pickup location for active time on the platform, plus 30 cents per mile for active time when driving a motor vehicle in California, for example, a car, motorcycle, or motor scooter. And a little bit of clarification here, this does just pertain for the minimum pay here on active time only. So there's dash time, just basically when you're online in general, versus active time, when you actually have an assignment. So if I'm sitting around, if I'm online waiting for an order, that counts as a dash time, but only when I get an assignment, I've clicked accept and I'm on an actual run, and that's active time. So I was thinking, why would this just pertain to, again, minimum pay for only active time? Only when I'm on a run, because I'm still working, I'm online, I'm trying to get an order. So why would this pertain to overall dash time? So here's the thing. If we if we actually encompassed all a dash time, online time, that really would open this up to possible abuse. So if I'm online and I don't have an assignment, yet I'm still guaranteed 120% of minimum pay, then there you go. You can probably see the window for abuse there. I don't even have to do any work and I'll be guaranteed pay. So I was thinking about that. That makes sense why this does pertain to active time. So I'm going to show you the example that DoorDash gives with this minimum pay. And I have 2 questions for you. I want you to think about this and or answer this down below in the comments. Number 1, if you're a California driver, this has been in California active for all of 2021. Has it indeed allowed you to make more money? Do you enjoy the earnings guarantee? Question number 2, if you're not in California, look at the following numbers, the example that I'm going to show you, and think, would I enjoy this? Would I be okay with this? And would it, in your opinion, allow you to make more money? So it says, for example, let's say that you dashed with your car in California and the following were true for a given week. Your active time was 600 minutes or 10 hours. You drove 130 miles to complete deliveries. Your DoorDash delivery pay for the week was $180. Plus, you earned $110 in customer tips. So just so you know that tips don't go into this. That's separate from what's considered in the minimum guarantee here. Note the minimum wage in the pickup locations was $15 per hour. Okay, so it says your guaranteed earnings for the week would be the, again, 120% times the $15 times 10 plus the 30 cents per mile for the 130 miles that they drove, equaling $219. Since your DoorDash delivery pay, $180 in this example, was less than your guaranteed earnings of, that we just calculated, $219, you would receive a $39 DoorDash pay adjustment for the difference. bringing your total earnings for the week to $329. So $180 in delivery pay plus a $39 pay adjustment. And then again, separately, as mentioned, the $110 in tips. And I do like this example because they give you an actual like pay breakdown, like an actual week that you see in your Dasher app here. So it would look like this. So $329, we can see again, the standard $180 that you would have earned in this example. Plus, of course, that $39 pay adjustment. We have that customer tip separately of $110. One thing I will say about these numbers, and again, I was doing some calculations on this, that it seems actually reasonable. And what I mean by that is, for instance, look at the dash time here. It's basically 14 hours. So let's say under this example, 329 again with that pay adjustment here. So 329 divided by 14 hours of total time, right? That is the dash time, the entire time that you're online. That actually is kind of fair. I think it equates to around $23 an hour. That is, again, kind of reasonable. And then 329 divided by, in this example, 28 deliveries, this calculated to around $11 per delivery. Now that's good. That is strong. Our minimum here on the channel, I want you to make at least $7 per delivery. Ideally, $10+ per delivery. So if this was you and you're averaging like 23 some an hour at $11 per delivery, again, that is not bad. So they're not making like, I don't know, $30 an hour in this example. But again, I need to hear your feedback. Let me know if this is truly reasonable. Let us know down below. And then something else that I thought was very, very interesting was this was a 30+% earnings increase in 2021 over 2020, when I think a lot of us could agree that, I was actually driving. Yes, I was still in San Diego, California for all of 2020. And I drove in the heart of the restaurant closures, which is, you would think one of the busiest times to drive, because customers at the time, all of 2020, they couldn't go actually dine in a restaurant. So that obviously forces consumer behaviors to food delivery. And I was driving in San Diego at the time. So to have drivers you could see several marketplaces here, make more money in arguably, a more open market in 2021, I think this is really interesting. Now, I'll also acknowledge, let's acknowledge that California typically, as well as some other marketplaces, maybe like New York, are in 2021, still more restricted than other marketplaces when it just comes to general, again, pandemic restrictions. These stats are very interesting. I think that, being a team member here, I appreciate you being here. If you're not a team member, consider subscribing here. This is all we talk about, helping you make money in different side hustles. In 2021, DoorDash says over 90% of California Dashers worked less than 10 hours a week. And it says the average California Dasher works less than 3 hours per active week. 90% working less than 10 hours a week. And it makes sense. If we go deeper into some of their analytics, DoorDash's analytics, they say that based on surveys that they've done really for years, especially in 2021, and that most Dashers, I think the numbers, we'll put up some numbers here, 80+% said, they're not doing this as full-time income either. All right, but what does this mean for you if you're in California and if you're not in California in 2022? So interestingly, as a follow-up to this whole Prop 22, in August of 2021, a court ruled actually Prop 22 unconstitutional. Now we can see here from Yahoo, although Prop 22 was again eventually ruled unconstitutional, the strategy has thus far been successful for gig work companies. Legislative changes have been tied up in courts, and nowhere in the United States are Lyft or Uber drivers currently entitled to the entire slate of benefits enjoyed by full-time employees. So again, technically, Prop 22, August of 2021, being ruled unconstitutional, it's still, and I've seen this, since I started, still being argued, still again, that legislative battle, and drivers are not seeing, as the article states, any benefits as they would have if they were full-time employees. But maybe that's okay. When DoorDash has always surveyed Dashers, they want to remain independent contractors, not full-time employees. And honestly, when I've surveyed you as well multiple times, we've seen the same thing here. But do you agree with that? Do you think, working on a platform like this would help you make more money? I mean, frankly, like the numbers state, do you not drive that much to even care, and you're already making good money? Let us know. If you got value in this video, you can definitely drop me a like, and you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you, and I'll see you in the next one.